Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So, Legion League Day 2 is finished. I streamed roughly, like, what does the timer say, like 12 hours, 12 and a half hours. I just stopped streaming, and now I'm going to record the review of today's stream, which was simply amazing. Like, holy pog, dude. So, if we remember back from yesterday's video, we wanted to achieve, I think, a couple of things today. First of all, I want to get a weapon upgrade. That has to be either the, what's it called? The Chaos Primacy, where I thought, like, hey, wait a second, it has some nice physical DPS, somewhere about 350 or so. But maybe we can get another weapon. So definitely a weapon upgrade in the first hand. I want to have Hemophilia Gloves. That was the second achievement that I wanted to do today. I wanted to reach level 80. I wanted to go into mapping and also do at least one yellow tier map already. And these are actually the 4 achievements that I wanted to do today. So if we're going to start here, right? Let's see on the level 80. I made it. Let's see on the Atlas. I made it. Wow. So I have here a couple of yellow maps ran already. So the Atlas progression is somewhere at about 33 at the moment. So actually pretty decent. And yeah, so weapon upgrade and Hemophilia Gloves. So believe it or not, I'm just gonna leave this for now. Weapon upgrade. I found this one, like I bought this one. It was pretty cheap, like 1 Chaos actually. It has like 400 physical DPS, which is kind of good, better than the Chaos Primacy. And yeah, pretty much. It's not an axe, which is not a big deal, cause yeah, I haven't skilled into the axe node yet, so it doesn't really matter if I wield an axe. It just has to be a 2-handed weapon. And I have my Hemophilia Gloves, which is nice. So maybe you already saw this thing here, and this thing, and that. And this. And yes, holy shit, my gear is already worth like, I don't know, like 4, 5, 6 exalts. So today's stream was amazing. Let's check out the stream highlights.
Hello.
So, 2 Chaos plus 2 Chaos is 4 Chaos. And you get the Wretch. And the Wretch goes for 9 Chaos. So easily 5 Chaos saved with this trade. So let's hope the rolls are good. 64 and 40. Low life roll but max cold resistance roll. I'm fine with that. Need to get the global fizz damage a little bit higher. 21. 24 max roll. Thank you very much. Toxic Sewer is a really cool map for Cyclone builds. Yes! Baby, there we go! Exalted Orb level 75 this league. Hell yes! Now we're talking. I don't have to wait until fucking level 90 something, dude. Let's go. Let's get a Chaos Heart now. Wow. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Wait, what? The Rat Dream? The Rat Dream? Hello? From the Breach, I almost missed that one. Isn't that like super expensive? Yeah. I think that was too many. I hope you like this small compilation, and wow, I actually did it. I found an Exalted Orb in the low tier maps at level 75. The last couple leagues always 90 plus, like a week after the league started. This time, within the first 24 hours of league start, that was amazing. So when I found the Exalt, I had the option to improve my armor, improve my weapon, or get a Devotee's Devotion. Armor in terms of body armor, right? Because I was just using a rare item with a falling War Chief totem, right? So the problem was Chaos Heart started at about almost roughly 2 Exalts. So I was like, okay, I have 1 Exalt, I cannot even afford a Chaos yet. The Devotus was about 70 Chaos, and the Exalted Orb, when I found it, was about 55 Exalts, right? 55 Chaos Orbs. So I had a couple Chaos Orbs found as well, so I was like, first investment is going to be the Devotee's Devotion. Although it doesn't give me survivability, it gives me a lot of movement speed and therefore some nice clear speed. Then after, actually before, if we're gonna make it time-wise, this one was the first upgrade that I made today when I started mapping. Got this for 1 Chaos, pretty cool weapon. Nowadays it's about 4 to 5 Chaos. So the 1 Chaos, you know, sometimes you can snipe early on, but when the league goes on, I want to show the prices as well in this case, just so you see how much I bought it for and how much it is worth now after like 10 hours or so, right? Hemophilia gloves. I got them for 6 Chaos. And probably the guy that sold it didn't check the prices, because the cheapest, I had the Hemophilia gloves on the auto search, and the cheapest one was about 14 or 15 Chaos, and I had roughly like 10 Chaos on my stash. This one appeared 6 Chaos. I wrote him, he invited me, wished me good luck, and that's about it. So sometimes you just gotta be lucky. So I bought them for 6 Chaos. It's worth now 27 Chaos, 26 Chaos. So you see prices are rising pretty hard on those melee items. Then, Devotos. I bought this one for 70 Chaos with the found Exalt. It's worth now 100 Chaos, which is probably 2 Exalts somewhere at that range, almost 2 Exalts. Chaos Heart bought for 2 Exalts. The cheapest ones are now 2 Exalts, but roughly starting at 2.5, 3 Exalts. So tomorrow when I start streaming again, all those items will be worth even more. The Wretch, you saw how I made it. I paid a total of 4 Chaos for it. The Wretch completed is 15 Chaos, so if you want to make some currency, you can do that. Buy some Feast Bind and the other belt, and then just sell it with the fusing to the vendor and get the upgrade. The rest is Salute. I bought for 1 Chaos. This one is now 5 Chaos, so the rest is just rarity, like Rarings, Life, and Resistance to almost cap my resistance, which is I'm not even there yet, but hey, still good. And I already did at Siri, which dropped me a flask and a mortal fragment, which I combined sold for like 10 Chaos or so. So, without further ado, let's see how this build looks like with the current state of the art. This is a map that I'm currently need to run, so this is actually progression now. I actually just quality it and alched it just for the stream to showcase, and it's actually, yeah, pretty hard roll, to be honest. We have Fist Reflect, which doesn't really matter because in the end, I'm Slayer. I completed 3 laps, means I am Fist Reflect immune. Still, the other mods are kind of hard. So, let's see how this looks like now after the rework. So this is a crater map. As you see, not a big deal. We have a little bit reduced area of effect because the map mod has it. But as you see, bleed explosions, super nice, clearing speed, movement speed, life pool. We have everything out at the moment. The only problem is now I only have a 400 DPS weapon, and it's only a falling at the moment in my Devotos. You will probably notice that I switched my gems a little bit, but I want to show that later on. I'm going to skip Oliver, that takes too long for the showcase. We just want to run around and have a little bit of fun, right? So what is this? Check. Level up gems here. But it's actually super smooth, dude. I leveled today up. There was not a single problem with Kitava, not a single problem with all the other, like, Innocents and all these other bosses that usually are a problem. With the reworked melee skills, with the added flat damage and so on, everything is, like, super good. So as you see, boss damage is a little bit bad, but it's still fair enough, I'm gonna say. The overleech is just insane, especially with the life pool that I have. I don't think that you can stand in the fire shit with a lot of characters. You're just gonna rack up almost instantly. It's super good. I so missed playing Slayer, dude, I tell you. So that map is done. Bonus achievement unlocked. So let's quickly clear the rest of the map, I would say. As I said, we're gonna skip Alver, cause yeah. So let's don't open too much, or let's hope we don't crash again. All the other stuff, not a big deal. So every time you want to have some more burst damage, you're just gonna pop your totem. The bleeding will do the rest. With the new gloves, with the hemophilia gloves, I actually have 105% chance to bleed. So every time I hit... Are you fucking kidding me, dude? This is live. Okay, I actually should just bring this one as another clip, because this was actually not planned. Wow, okay, so 2 Exalted Orbs in the first, like, a little bit more than 24 hours of this league. The Red Nightmare that probably sells for more than 5 to 10 Exalts. There is not even a single one on the market. Wow, okay. Guys, I think that's worth a thumbs up, right? So, wow, holy shit. This league, dude, it's amazing. Cyclone, I love it. Another Exalt drop while I'm recording a video without magic find while progressing. Dude, holy poggers. Dude, if this continues, tomorrow I'm gonna buy a Series Disfavor with a couple of chaos that I find or sell. I'm just gonna try to 6-link it, and then I'm almost full build on day 3, and I could already do Shaper. Holy moly, dude. Wow. Okay, nice. So, anyways, this is the map showcase. As you see, super easy. Character is doing super well, and wow, I'm actually a little bit hyped now. Okay, fine. Okay, we another Exaltor. Bank it. Okay, nice. So, whatever we're gonna buy with this one. So, I do know that I miss a flask because I was using the Atsiris Promise that gives me Fizz's extra chaos. I also, if you remember from yesterday's video, I was using the Infused Channeling. So, why did I ditch that one? The problem is the intelligence. I was actually scaling into this 30 intelligence, this 30 intelligence, then 2 points into the 20 intelligence, and I still didn't have enough because I'm having 14 intelligence. So I was like, hey, wait a second. If we are actually just removing all those points here from intelligence and get them into life and skill over here for have some more resistance and get Might of the Meeks, we have a shitload of life over here, nice resistance, and so on. So I thought, like, this is a way to go. They're currently 6 chaos, super affordable, not a big deal. Super easy. So, in the end, what did I change on my tree? The pretty usual thing that I said in the start. Life Leech, get the Slayer Overleech, the Ascendancy, right? It's this one on the top here. And then get Vow Pact, Vitality Void, and as you saw, the Life Leech is just insane. With the Life Leech, I thought it's a nice idea to use the Wretch, because it says 200% of Life Leech applies to enemies as chaos damage. So, then we have a small problem here. As I said, I was removing the Infused Channeling just because of the intelligence, right? And I got in a Brutality support. What I did not know, what I did not remember, I think I just have the Star Forge in my head, to be honest. So that means I know a lot of more physical damage and no elemental damage. I'm not an elemental build, doesn't really matter, but I did not know the no chaos damage. This was something new to me, so I don't know, it's probably like 2 years ago since the last time I used the Brutality Gem. Probably it's because of that. So that's why I removed my Atsiris Promise, and I didn't have an upgrade yet. With the Exalt, I'm probably gonna buy Alliance Roar for the more melee damage. It's going to be insane, man. So the problem is Brutality and the Wretch. It does work, okay? If we're gonna check the wiki here, the Wretch. So I had to test this myself. If we're gonna pull this one up, right? It says Ghost Reaver, Bloodseeker. Hey, wait a second. The Wretch. Wait a second. Where did I have the... Therefore, the default damage is dealt if the player is at full health while leeching. This is important, this damage is not affected by damage modifiers as it is considered as reflected damage. That means that even on my Cyclone itself, it doesn't show up as any kind of damage, right? So if we're gonna socket this one back in here, I do pure physical damage, right? I actually do some chaos damage as well because of the Wretch, because when I'm hitting an enemy, it loses a life, right? And based on the hit that I make, I'm getting life leech. With the Hematophagy and the Vitality Void, it's going to stack up and get doubled by the Val Pact. And 200% of that damage is going to be chaos damage. But this chaos damage is not going to be applied on my hit from Cyclone, because the chaos damage would not count then, right? So you have to imagine... I hit a mob, it loses 20% life, and based on that 20% life, the resulting life leech, plus 200%, or at least like 200% higher, is going to be like a shadow burn, and it's going to be applied to the enemy without being initially on the Cyclone. So the Etheris promise that says like gain Fizz's extra chaos does not work, because that is calculated with the Cyclone damage. But the Wretch is not calculated with the Cyclone damage, so it does work. So just if the question comes up, Brutality and Wretch doesn't work, it does work. So, anything else that I changed over here? Yeah, I mean, channeling skills, pretty nice. Golem's Blood, pretty usual thing that I posted the PUB. I will also upload this PUB now again, so you can take a hand, because some people said that on the first video the Path of Building did not work. Okay, let's talk about Pantheons. Yeah, Lunaris for movement speed and Gridcool for some fizz damage reduction. Bandits, I killed all. Gemlings, I have at the moment my Brutality, Fortify, Cyclone, and Chance to Bleed. So you might wonder why Chance to Bleed. It's not the best like physical support. There would be probably melee fizz damage that would bring more damage, or probably the damage on full life, which you can definitely use as a Slayer with Overleech. I use this one to have 105% chance to bleed. So this one gives me 25%. This one gives me 25, is 50%, and 55 coming from the tree. You don't need more than 100%, but still I have like, where is it? Stun, hit, chance, 100. Oh, here, chance to inflict bleeding from main hand hits, 105%. This is important because of the Crimson Dance. So my Cyclone at the moment with the Blood Rage is doing about, yeah, I would say like 6-7 attacks per second. That means in 1 second I have almost all my Crimson Dance bleed stacks applied, and it's doing a lot of damage already. What else do we have here? Blood Rage as a standalone. I didn't want to worry about the dex at the start. I can now finally level it because I have more than enough dexterity. Then I have Leap Slam with faster attacks, pretty usual. Pride as the standalone because I'm still using the Mortal Conviction, so 1 aura is for free. Here we have an Ancestral Protector, Damage of Full Life, Ruthless Support, and Melee Physical. Probably it is better if you use a Bloodlust, because I'm using the, I'm applying the bleed, so the totem does not have to apply the bleed, so it can get the full potential out of the Bloodlust. Then Brutality, Conk Effect, probably those 3 would be the best. The problem is, Path of Building did still not update, we can check it right now. I'm still not applied the gem setup, so I'm still struggling with getting the final build with the final gems. The things that I'm using right now is either because I was too bored to recolor the stuff and I had those gems laying around, because damage, I don't really need more damage. It works super good, man. But this is just from a feeling, right? So like I used Infused Channeling with Fortify, 2 defensive layers with offensive layers is pretty nice for Cyclone. Since I don't have more than a 4-link and I want to have 100% chance to bleed, it was an obvious reason to take those gems in here. So what else I should talk about this build? Or, yeah, probably tomorrow I will just going to try to farm up currency. Maybe the Red Dream sells for whatever currency. I'm not even sure how I should price. I think it's the only one on the market right now. There is one for 3 Exalts, though, listed 43 minutes ago. I'm not sure if I should believe that. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Maybe I'll get an offer or something. I'm not sure about that one. But still, if we're gonna check the Atziri's Promise, the Atziri's Disfavor, which would be, for now, my best in slot weapon. Let's check this one. Atziri's Disfavor. There's not a lot, and a lot of people that can actually do that, right? Like Uber Atziri. So it starts with 5.5 exalts, with pretty, yeah, okay-ish rolls, whatever you say, but it's still like almost 200 DPS more than my current weapon, so that's going to be super huge. Plus the weapon range, plus the level of socketed support gems, it's going to be insane. So maybe, if I'm still keep on being that lucky with the Exalted Orbs and that kind of stuff, maybe tomorrow I can grab my Atziri's Disfavor. That would be super huge, depending on how much I can get rid of the Red Dream or the Jewel. And yeah, so I think more explanation not needed. I'm just going to give you some more expressions about this one. One important thing, I don't know why this happens. Once you start doing shaped maps, it probably happens for you as well, you're wondering. Once on the end boss, right? Once Shaper appears and you're using a skill at this moment, what happens with Cyclone pretty much, you know, because you're constantly channeling it, you're gonna get disconnected. Then you're gonna log in back, you're gonna kill the boss, and on the second time, Shaper spawns again, you know, and tells you some weird stuff, and then the boss is dead. Another disconnect here. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm just going to Cyclone to like 30%, then I put my War Chief totem down, and then I stand here and wait until the bleeding and the War Chief is going to phase transition the boss, right? So this is how I do it at the moment, if you're wondering. But yeah, it happens for a lot of people. First we thought it's about Cyclone, but it's actually, somebody told me he's using Ground Slam. It works the same way. If he uses a Ground Slam at this point when Shaper spawns, he gets disconnected as well. So let's talk about quick sip. Okay, so let's talk about the achievements for today, or at least the challenges. What do I plan to do? Obviously, first of all, what I said before, I want the Disfavor. I hope I can get it tomorrow, because I don't really think I need any more upgrades, so I can just stick everything I get together, and maybe I'm getting a Disfavor. That would be super good. But it doesn't really have the... For me personally, it has the top priority, but sometimes if you're unlucky, if you don't sell a lot or something, it's going to be hard to get, right? So, a normal priority, I want to finish the rest of my low tier maps. I haven't bought a single map. All those maps that I found were just by mapping until somewhere tier 7. Here is also a map that I need to do here. These are all maps that I haven't unlocked yet, right? Plus I found a unique map as well. So while just using all the maps that I haven't unlocked, I found pretty much a lot of other maps. Anyways, I want to have all maps completed tomorrow. So tier 1 is complete, tier 2 complete, tier 3 is a couple of things missing here. 4 is a little bit more missing, but I'm going to buy those maps if I don't find it with these kind of maps here. Because for me personally, I just want to have them completed. And if we're sitting here, as you may notice on the map stash tab, they have new icons, which is pretty nice. The circle around this means there is an, or at least this border around it, this orange border, means that there is a master mission, right? And here you also have contains Sana, contains Yun, or June, here contains Nico. So those maps have now an icon. If you have this one here, this blue map, it says there is a shaped item over here. I'm not sure, because this is the only shaped item, shaped map that I have. I think once you drag your atlas way bigger, I think all the shaped maps are going to be in this blue, and then there's probably a purple color for all the elder maps. So you don't really need to check here, oh, what is this, a bog map, do we have one? So you're just gonna click here and just take all the maps that have this circle around there, and you have an easy time doing those shaped and elder influenced maps. So, next thing, I want to push deep into the yellow tier maps tomorrow. I want to do at least one red tier map with all the white maps being finished. And I want to do Uberlap. I have now 3 of 6 trials completed. I think this character, level 80, 5.5k life, overleech, damage is okay. I think I could actually do Uberlap already. I found myself like 3 trials yet. I think I'm going to buy the other ones tomorrow. You can do that while going to trade A20 or the global A20. one of those two people are spamming, hey, I have this trial, pay me 1 chaos, you can have it, blah blah blah. So you don't get the goddess, the offering, but who needs that, right? So I mean, in the end you can just buy that. It's more about getting those trials done. So Ubal up, or at least like, let's say this favor, Ubal up, all white tier maps clear, push high into mid tier maps, and at least 1 high tier map. This is the plan for tomorrow, and yeah, I hope it's going well. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.